Hey, Doomers. Wanted to bring in this new year with a special message to goats. Yes, you know who you are, the Capricorns of the lot. It's our month. Who else compares, honestly? Honest, dependable, humorous, compassionate, reliable. What more do you need? Nothing else compares. So I want to give a celebratory congratulations for making it another year on this mother effer. So, what about today? Who am I? I just woke up with some thoughts and things running around in my mind. I just get off the tongue, inform you what's going on this side of the ocean. San Francisco flooded with an atmospheric river, many places seeing over a foot of accumulated water, shutting down businesses, causing highway disruptions, traffic, and the storm is only going down to Los Angeles. How about we go east to west? I'm sorry, west to east. West Coast, yeah. So it's coming down pretty hard, and I don't know when that's going to let up, but I knew that an atmospheric river was coming at some point. Maybe that's not as bad. It's still the highest water record, like levels, rainfall recorded since record keeping began, which is pretty significant. And several states raised their minimum wage. Yes, in Ohio it's now $10.10. Although with the reduction or the inflation and cost of living rising, we basically got a 28% pay cut since 2009, which is when the federal minimum wage was just last raised. I just heard this in NPR. So basically, you're getting screwed out, and everyone's working for like $7 or $8 an hour in real money, minus the taxes that they get taken out from that, to spend on, you know. And the new Omicron variant, BB15 or BVB, I don't know. It's a subvariant of Omicron is taking over, and more than a high percentage cases have been detected with it, and people have been over 1 million people conjured up in New York City last night just to have a super spreader event, where also a young man about 19 years old swung a machete at 3 police officers at their head, and they all survived, as well as the attacker. Maybe he should have used a more viable weapon if he wanted to do damage and harm. And of course, it's exploding in China and across the pond in China and Korea. North Korea just launched several other ballistic missiles, I think 3 or 4, just before New Year's Eve. And then on New Year's, they vowed to exponentially increase their ICBM nuclear arsenal. That's not a positive development, as is U.S. sending warships and artillery to both sides, to Taiwan and Ukraine. Maybe we send Bradley tanks. Putin is in an absolutely dog shit position to be in, clearly backed into a corner, even though he attacked with missile strikes and up and down the corridor of Ukraine, north and south. Last I heard, he plans to stay in power until he's dead. Surprise, surprise. Another surprise is Trump's tax records, in which he paid nil for several years. He has losses. I mean, he's a fraud, a complete chauvinist, trash human being, and, what do you expect? What did you expect there? We've been led astray. And Nostradamus, most notably, predicts... Oh, also, let me go over to Africa, where there's still a famine and drought. Likely millions of people I know will die next year because of famine. Americans won't even bat an eye. And we just keep pumping this out. We just keep doing this whole civilization. I looked at the let me take a tangent off for a second. I will say Nostradamus predicts that there's going to be like World War III, and Antichrist is going to come back this year, and we're going to see like a 7-month-long bloody war that's going to disrupt. I mean, who knows, right? He was fairly close to being accurate about other major events. Right? Was it 9/11 or the Great Recession? War in the Middle East? I don't know. Maybe you guys can look into that more. So what else can I conjure? Yeah, into climate for a second. Back to that, there's more moisture in the atmosphere. There's more energy, and so we have this atmospheric river flooding event in San Francisco, as is New Zealand and Australia already had it. Oh, we can't forget to mention, wrapping up the year with Andrew Tate and Thunberg getting in their feud. That was quite entertaining and a satisfying way to end the year. No doubt. And so the average net worth of most millennials is something around like $13,000. So when I made this Great Depression reference with pictures of like the Dust Bowl and someone else on another Doomer channel made fun of me, it's like, yeah, dude, we didn't get shit. We got zero of the money, okay? All of it. And we don't get to work our way out of it. Like, we're working with scraps with minimum diminished wages for the past 10 years. Yes, it could be worse. I hear the whole argument, I could be in Africa, you know, all this. But, nah, the American thing did not work for us on the whole. It did not rise all... It did not... The rising tide did not lift all boats. But it's sickening. It's sickening, and I don't want to go back down that. More importantly, you know, you guys see my content lately, and I'm just having fun creating stuff. I'm going to a planetarium later this month, at the end of the month, in the city over. And, you know, I've said, like, that our position is definite. If you didn't already read my community feed, or you're not on the YouTube app, I wrote there that the window of opportunity is long past gone, like, gone. You know, and the more I see come out from Peter Carter and Jim Massa and these other places, it's like, dude, we're on an exponential runaway, disastrous effect, tipping points, El Nino all combined. How do we survive Pliocene? There's a peer-reviewed paper that says Pliocene by 2030, and I referred to it a lot this year and last year. Not to get all sciencey with you guys, but basically that's like hellscape world. It's like completely different. Speaking of which, completely different, Greenland was just discovered to have harbored, we've discovered DNA evidence of 2 million years old. 2 million. Previously, it was just 1 million years old. So 2 million year old DNA found in the rocks. Like, we're shedding DNA all the time. You know, spit, whatever, skin cells, breathing, particles come out. Little microscopic things. They discover that. The technology to discover, to analyze and there's stuff 2 million years ago. Okay, in Greenland, it was like a mixture of climates. It was like a tundra mixed with, I forgot the exact biosphere they said, but basically it was like a crazy mix between completely unrelated biospheres we typically see in our world and continents today. So that was an exciting discovery, along with everything else. But I just ordered me a new French press. I know you're excited about that. And what else did I say? Yeah, I just, you know, the finality of it all. Like, we're not, the missions keep rising at an exponential rate since every COP. And what we built, and this whole Inflation Reduction Act of building out all this zero technology and harvesting minerals and stuff here in America to build out this new infrastructure. It's like, what, we do that as a one-time deal? Because how do we, I mean, we have just enough carbon budget to build not even half the stuff that's required for the zero energy transition. Then what? We get a one-time build out? Because how do we build it without generating heat? You know, it's just so, it's so foolish and nearsighted and stupid on so many levels that the people, the general public, subscribes to this bullshit. You know, thank goodness I didn't have any kids. I feel so bad people having kids. It's like, thank goodness I didn't subscribe to that bullshit. So, doing well, gonna hit the road. There's like a giveaway going on today, and I appreciate all your support. Again, happy birthday, Capricorns. If you guys think of anything else you want to see, leave it in the comments. Have a wonderful week. See you later.